I welcome class 9 students to this chemistry lesson. This is class 9, subject is chemistry and chapter is water. In previous sessions we have covered actually different syllabus and we have seen anhydrous substance, we have seen hydrated substance, we have seen the effect of pressure and temperature on solubility, we have seen the solution, saturated solution and unsaturated solution. In this session we will cover the types of water, that is soft water and hard water. So let us start this session with soft water and hard water. And this session of soft water and hard water we have already covered in class 8. So this is going to be a relatively easy topic. So let's start the ball. Now a water is said to be soft if it readily forms lather with a soap. Pure water or water containing sodium salts easily gives lather, that is foam, with soap. Such a water is called soft water, and it is very suitable for our needs. Distilled water and rainwater are common examples of soft water, and let's see the definition again. It radially forms water. Now what happens if it is not forming lather? Water is said to be hard when it is not readily forming lather with the soap. So we can say there are soft water and hard water. Why hardness is caused? Now water of some spring contain dissolved salts or minerals. If this happens, like bicarbonate or sulfate or chlorides of magnesium and calcium, the hardness of water is imparted. Now hardness in water is due to the presence of bicarbonate, chlorides or sulfates of alkaline earth metal, that is calcium or magnesium. From where these chloride, sulfate and bicarbonates come? So these are sources. When water flows through beds of limestone or dolomite, carbon dioxide slowly converts some of these insoluble calcium and magnesium carbonates, which is mixed with flowing water, and hence water becomes slightly hard. You can see the equation: insoluble carbonate of calcium reacting with carbon dioxide and water, and now it is soluble bicarbonate. So this is hard water. Now again similar reaction with magnesium, and magnesium bicarbonate is formed, which is soluble. So this is also hard water. Now formation of stalactites and stalagmites in cave is also due to same reason. Now let us see what these stalagmites and stalactites are. You have seen in movies or television series, in some limestone cave one can see conical pillars. Let me show you the pillars. Now students, you can see this is ice pillar. Now there are some ice pillar coming from top towards the bottom, and some pillars coming from bottom towards the top. Let us see what we call them. Now from the crack of the rock water is coming, and they contain calcium bicarbonate or magnesium bicarbonate. Release of pressure and warmth inside the cave result in conversion of opposite reaction. We have seen the conversion of carbonate to bicarbonate. Here the opposite is occurring. Bicarbonate is converted to carbonate. Now these conical pillars which grows downward from the roof is called stalactites, and one which grows upward from the floor is called stalagmites. They meet after a time and form a pillar-like structure. And in a year, some goes very slowly, but some grows very fast. Now, if water flows over a bed of a gypsum, a little bit of gypsum gets dissolved in water and makes it hard. Gypsum is also used in our household work. In our roof construction, we add gypsum. Let us see types of water hardness, that is temporary hardness and permanent hardness. Hardness is of two types, permanent and temporary. Now, water that contains bicarbonate is called temporary hard water. Now, this is actually bicarbonate, this is also bicarbonate. This is called temporary hard water because it can be removed by boiling. You can see calcium bicarbonate on boiling gives off insoluble calcium carbonate which can be filtered away, and after filtering this water becomes soft. Now, water containing sulfate and chlorides of calcium and magnesium are said to possess permanent hardness of water because this hardness is not removed by simply boiling. Removal of temporary hardness of water is not a practical method because it is very slow and very costly. It can be used for a little amount of water. Now, hard water is of a certain benefit and a certain disadvantage also. Let us see the benefit of hard water. First, it contains salt which makes it tastier, and hard water also used in preparation of wines and beverage. Again, hard water contains some salt elements which is beneficial for our bones, our teeth, and for our growth. Again, hard water checks the lead poisoning also. When these pipes are used for carrying water, some lead salt dissolve in water to make it poisonous. Calcium sulfate present in hard water form insoluble lead sulfate and hence checks the lead poisoning. Now let us see some disadvantages of hard water. Now, hard water is not suitable for producing steam. Steam is usually made in boiler which are made up of a number of narrow pipes, and these pipes or tubes are of copper. Now, if you are using hard water for steam making purpose, now this hard water after boiling will leave off that particular salt, and this salt start to deposit on the boiler pipe. You can see this pipe having a good hole, and this pipe after deposition of salt, their bore gets narrower and narrower. This results in less water flowing through the same pipe, and when bore of tube become very narrow, it could increase in pressure, and sometime the boiler may blast also. So this is also a very dangerous condition. Now, the furring of tea kettle is also caused by the sediments formed on its wall from boiling hard water. This fur is nothing but the carbonate of calcium and magnesium. Hard water also spoils the tap or washing machine or even geyser because hard water contains sulfate and chlorides of calcium and magnesium. Again, hard water is also not good for washing purpose because it uses very much and a large amount of detergent or soap. So it is just wasting the soap and our precious water. Soap is chemically a sodium salt of stearic acid with formula of C17H35COOH and has the shortcut formula of NaSt. If the water is hard, calcium and magnesium water ion of water combines with negative ions of the soap to form a slimy precipitate that is called scum, or that is called soap curd. The formation of soap curd will go as long as there are calcium and magnesium ion present. Till then no soap lather will be formed and cleaning of cloth will not be possible. Moreover, these precipitates are difficult to wash out from the fabric or cloth because they are insoluble in water. They sometimes forms a rusty yellow spot if iron salts are also present along with calcium and magnesium. Now this difficulty can be removed by using synthetic detergent. We will use synthetic detergent like wheel or surf or ghadi detergent. They are used in place of soap because soap is not able to produce foam or lather with hard water, but synthetic detergent can form lather with hard water also, because they are made by sulfonating some higher alkenes also. Detergents are more soluble in water than soap and they are unaffected by the hardness of water as their calcium and magnesium salts are soluble in water. So in this process, if we are using detergent with hard water, soap curd or scum is not formed. So let us see how detergents and soap works or cleaning action. When a soap or detergent is dissolved in water, the molecule gathers as themselves in form of micelles. Their tail stick inward and head outward. In cleaning process, the hydrocarbon tail attach itself to the oil or dirt. When water is stirred, the oil and dirt tend to lift off from the dirt surface and dissociate into fragments. This gives an opportunity to other tails to stick to the oils and dirt, and solution now contain small globules of oil and dirt. The negatively charged head present in water prevents the small globules from coming together, and hence in this process, after some agitation, oil and dirt are removed because we are also rinsing them. Now let us see how we can remove temporary and permanent hardness of water. Temporary hardness can be removed by boiling. You can see this bicarbonate as a result of boiling is converted to carbonate, and this is soft water. Now this is not a very practical method because if we are using large volume of water, this will consume a lots of fuel and this will be a costly method. Second method is Clark process. A more practical method is to add a calculated amount of select lime. You can see select lime is calcium hydroxide. Now calcium hydroxide react with this calcium bicarbonate and calcium carbonate is precipitated, and this is actually soft water. So Clark process is rather convenient and less costly. Now third is adding washing soda. You can see this is washing soda, that is sodium bicarbonate. Sodium bicarbonate reaction with calcium bicarbonate and magnesium bicarbonate. This is sodium bicarbonate, this is calcium bicarbonate, this is sodium carbonate, this is magnesium bicarbonate. As a result of this, the carbonates are precipitated. So we can remove the hardness of water. Removal of a permanent hardness is also done. It is treated with a calculated amount of soda ash. Now this is called soda ash. You can see Na2CO3, and this is calcium sulfate. As a reaction of this calcium carbonate is precipitated and hardness is removed. If some magnesium sulfate is also present in water, lime has also to be used beside with soda ash. Now you can see this is select lime, this is soda ash. Soda ash and the select lime reacting with magnesium sulfate and magnesium hydroxide and calcium carbonate are precipitated. Now this method is suitable for domestic purpose when a small amount of water is needed to be treated. If hardness of water is both temporary and permanent, so you can use permuted. Now permuted is a rock, or permuted is an artificial zeolite. Its chemical formula is hydrated sodium aluminum orthosilicate. Sometimes this Na2Al2SiO Si2O8XH2O. Now we can use here P, or sometimes Z is also used for convenience. So let us consider, if we are using the formula Na2P, this is actually zeolite chamber. You can see the zeolite chamber or permuted process. A tall cylinder is loosely fitted with lumps of permuted. When a hard water containing sodium and calcium and magnesium ion percolate through these lumps, exchange of ions takes place. The sodium permuted is slowly changed into calcium and magnesium permuted, and with removal of calcium and magnesium ion, water becomes soft. When no longer active, the permuted is regenerated by running a concentrated solution of brine over it. Now you can see this is actually brine, and if you can allow the reaction of brine with calcium permuted, you can see sodium permuted is regenerated. The zeolite is a naturally occurring mineral found in large deposits of volcano tuff. They can be easily dried, so they are used in ion exchange process. Now, softening hard water using ion exchange resins for laundry and boiler. Water is softened by the permuted process, and it is quite satisfactory. It is less costly also. For scientific purpose, even the presence of positive sodium ion and negative bicarbonate and sulfate ion is not desirable. To remove these ions, water is passed through the synthetically prepared the cations and anion, where exchange resins are present. This sodium ion is replaced by hydrogen ion, and bicarbonate and sulfates are replaced by hydroxide ion, and water gets completely deionized. So students, the hard water and soft water chapter is over. You can see we have completed the chapter. Go through the video and revise your syllabus. Till then, bye bye.